Cheating, is it really worth it? At some point in everyone's life, they have been in some sort of competition, fighting the good fight, only to find out that their opponent was cheating. In fact, if you caught them in the act, you're one of the lucky ones. I can guarantee that whether you know it or not, cheating has affected you in some way. It is likely changed an outcome in your life, and although the significance may vary from a card game to a relationship, it has affected you in some way. After researching for countless hours and evaluating sources from many people, from many years, and a lot of different perspectives, I believe I can provide you with valuable information and a valuable insight into cheaters and why they cheat. With thorough evaluation and examination, I'll talk through the various environments that people cheat in, which environments they thrive in, how it affects the people that they cheated, and even the most intriguing question to me, do cheaters win? So before we start, I'm going to give some quick stats here, just random stats. And the first one is 90.4% of athletes said that they would not cheat even if they would not get caught, which is crazy to me. 65% of people said that the saying, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, is false. 20% of men and 13% of women admit to infidelity. And lastly, 89% of people that cheat one time and don't get caught will cheat again. So to give an overview of what we're about to talk about, we're about to talk about the environments people cheat in, the way it affects, and in the end, do cheaters win? So we're going to talk about the environments first, and that is a casual environment, a professional environment, and a relationship. To start, we're going to talk about the casual environment, and I like to say this is like a testing environment or a gaming environment, a card game. So in the testing environment, people cheat all the time. We can't say that we haven't accidentally let our paper slide off the desk with our eyes right on someone else's paper just by accident, as some of us say. We can't say that we haven't wrote some answers on our body in some unfindable place. We've all done it. Just like in a card game, you can't say you haven't moved a checker an extra spot whenever your opponent wasn't looking. This gives you an insight into the mind of a cheater, because in your mind you know you won't get caught probably, and if you do, nothing's going to happen just because of the casual environment that you're in. Most serious cheaters in these environments cheat because they want to be victorious, and most cheaters in this environment are cheating addicts. So to go on from this, we're going to talk about cheating in a professional environment. Here we have Tom Brady of the New England Patriots and Jose Altuve of the Houston Astros. These two were involved in big-time cheating scandals. Tom Brady was involved in the Deflategate, in which he had staff members deflate balls to give him a better grip, which would enhance his ability to throw the ball. And then Jose Altuve, it was not just him. It was the entire Houston Astros organization. They were linked together. They had a cameraman in the outfield who was videoing the catcher stealing his signs, who then would relay the signs back to the dugout. They would then bang on a trash can and a certain amount of times according to a certain pitch, letting the Astros hitter know which pitch was coming. And regarding the Deflategate scandal, giving a quarterback, an NFL quarterback, one of the greatest of all time, the ability to throw the ball better is known to be one of the greatest advantages you can have. And for the Astros to allow an MLB hitter to know which pitch is coming, you could probably ask 100 MLB players, and all of them would say that knowing a pitch before it comes is the greatest advantage in all of sports. There were a few players that had some things to say about these. About the Astros scandal, Mike Trout had something to say about it on MLB.com. And he said, it's sad for baseball. It's tough. They cheated, and I don't agree with the punishment. The players aren't getting anything, and I lost respect for some of these guys. For him to say this is crazy to me because he's so quiet, and he's thought by most to be the greatest in the game right now, and likely to end the game being the greatest of all time. Regarding the Deflategate, a Falcons defensive back said and this is on ESPN.com. He said, cheaters never win. Honestly, it's explicit. So this shows that these guys, that this means so much to them. This means everything to them. And for these guys to be cheated out of something, it's great. And this leads me to thinking about, what are these cheaters, what are they cheating people out of? In a professional environment, you're cheating people out of money, out of trophies, out of rings, out of memories, out of things that go down in record books. You're cheating people out of them, which is a lot more compared to cheating in a game of cards. It's just, they're uncomparable. So now that we've covered the professional environment and the casual environment, we can go on and talk about the relationship. And there's not much to say here because we've all either been cheated on or cheated at some point in our lives. And it's sad to say, this is not going to stop unless everyone stops cheating, which is just not going to happen. So now that we have every facet covered, we're going to talk about the effects. I've already covered the casual and professional environment, but what are the effects on someone in a relationship? 68% of people whose relationship involves infidelity, the relationship ends in termination. That is a pretty high rate if you think about it. So that is from BeyondAffairs.com. They were also asked how long it takes for people to recover. On average, it is 2.5 years for someone to recover from infidelity. Some people as low as 1 year, and some people as high as 6 years, which is absolutely crazy to me. So now that we talked about the environments and the effects, we can talk about, do they win? Sadly, cheaters do win. They win because they cheat. They give themselves an unfair advantage to the game. And, I mean, that's what you expect. Sadly, cheaters never win. It's just not true. Cheaters may not win, but they will not prosper in the end because they didn't work to get to the end. They cheated to get to the end. I like to think of the analogy. If you have 4 tests in a class, 3 of them being regular, 4 being the final, weighted more than the combined 3 tests, you cheat on the first 3 tests off of someone beside you, come to the 4th final exam, and you fail it because you weren't ready, you weren't prepared, you cheated. You won the battles, but you didn't win the war. So to conclude, cheaters cheat in very many different environments, has great effects on people, and sadly to say, cheaters win. But in the end, cheaters do not prosper. There's only a certain amount of things that we can do to stop it. But if you don't cheat, and you trust the people around you to not cheat, we make and get this whole cheating epidemic finished. Thank you.